Blade Ballet. It's a frenetic, multiplayer robot battling game. A lot of our bots have energy weapons sticking out of them, and you basically try to spin the bot and keep spinning it such that the energy mace becomes taut, and you can use its momentum to smash it against your opponent and obliterate him. The game is really intended to be a short development phase title, and we basically, as a company, want to go through an entire release and experience what that's like, run into problems, fix them, before we go on to making more ambitious titles. The end goal for the game is just to deliver an incredibly fun multiplayer experience where you and your friends sit down on the couch and have an absolute blast, or you take a friend online and battle people you've never met before and own their face.
We had a certain game we wanted to make, and it was not the typical MMO. It was a game that was driven entirely by the players creating and destroying things in a world that was based around them and their actions. We built our own tech, rendering and networking from scratch around supporting that. We love our backers. We let them onto our internal development server, and I love being part of a small studio like this so that we can have those kinds of interactions. I want every person who plays this game to have their own story. I want them to be able to be coming up to me 5-10 years from now and say, let me tell you about this thing that happened to me. That's where I want it to be.
Our hope is that Camelot Unchained has the same kind of success that, say, EVE Online had. We're expecting to start small. We know that. We're making a niche MMO because what we're trying to do is make a game for those hardcore PvP and RVR players who don't care about PvE leveling. They just want to go out and fight other players. One of the big things in game development, and one of the things that is so important for young developers to learn, is from their mistakes.
We are 3 people studio, and we're working on it for the past year and a half now. All you try to do is avoid the beat that's going on the screen and try to do that as a team. We just hope that people like it and people tell their friends they're liking it and do.
Mr. Mart is an Oculus Rift and Leap Motion virtual reality game where you play as a customer service agent at a really, really terrible grocery store. And it's such a terrible grocery store, all the customers are returning the items. And so you need to take their items, put them in the return bin, and if the customer stays at your desk for too long, you start to get stressed out. So you need to smack them to get rid of them, and you see how long you can survive.
Well, we wanted to experiment with the hardware. We wanted to know what it's like to work with the Rifts. We wanted to make sure we had a game that was fun, but also immersive, which is why we added the Leap Motion into the combination of the hardware. Hopefully in 2016 we'll be doing some sort of release on Oculus Share or possibly Steam Greenlight. We'll see.